Okay, so now we're going to talk about pre-launch content. And we're focused specifically on the internal launch, but frankly, everything we cover here can go for the JV launch just as well. It's basically put together the same way. So this is sort of where we're at, is right here in this pre-launch section. Last module, in module 4, we talked about the pre-launch, and then later on we're going to be talking about the open cart when you're actually selling stuff. But this is the pre-launch. Now this is basically that sideways sales letter that we talked about in module 1. So in here, you're going to have 3 pieces of pre-launch content. We've got pre-launch content 1, 2, and 3. And these days, generally, they're done via video. They don't have to be done via video, but usually they are these days. And I'll have examples. The examples I'm going to be giving you are video based. You know, the reality is that these days video is easy to do. Even if you're not comfortable on camera, you don't have to be on camera. You can use screen cap video, no problem. You can even within product launch forum, you've seen how I've used some stuff of me being in front of the camera, but also plenty of screen cap video. So you can do it that way if you don't want to be in front of the camera. The thing is it's generally easier to be more authentic and more engaging on video than it is in writing, because so many of us, once we start writing, we think you have to sound like some college professor or something. So in any case, video is what's working these days, so we're going to focus on video here. So I'm going to walk you through these examples. And you're going to see, you know, we do the sideways sales letter and that problem solution path, that PS path. That's where you come out and you define a problem and then you give the solution. And then inherent in that solution, there's often another problem. And then you give the solution for that one in your second video. And then inherent in that, there's usually a third problem here. And then you solve that problem as well. But then there's always another problem, and that's going to get solved in your sales letter, your sales video. So that's the problem solution path. You can also think of it as the opportunity solution, where you show an opportunity and then you give the solution, or you give the how to get that opportunity, and then that often develops another opportunity and you solve that one as well, and you move through giving opportunities and solutions all the way through. Very similar to the problem solution path. One of the examples I'm going to give you is Will Hamilton, who teaches tennis instruction. So the opportunity that he's really going to teach, and you can look at it as a problem or as an opportunity. I guess it's like glasses half full, glasses half empty. But with Will, what he's teaching is a course on tennis strategy, and sort of the opportunity is you don't have to go spend hours and hours and hours in the weight room and hours and hours and hours on the court to improve your game. If you just sit there and watch some videos and learn about strategy, you can improve your game that way as well. So he delivers that big time opportunity, and then he talks strategy, and then he defines another opportunity or sort of a problem within that, and then another problem. And eventually down here, it's like, okay, I've taught you all these strategies, but then how do you actually put those to use once you get into a match? And now all of a sudden you have to react in a match to what the other person's doing. And you can see how he masterfully does this, presenting opportunities or problems all the way through, leading into the sale. Now there's another thing, is we talked about the mental triggers. We went way back in module 2, we went through all the mental triggers like authority, likability, reciprocity, scarcity, community, social proof, anticipation, interaction. And you're going to see as you go through these examples how these are built in. Often, like in this very first piece, you have to develop some real authority, some real positioning for yourself. You have to position yourself as someone that the viewer should pay attention to. You got to do that right off the bat, or else they're not even going to watch your video. You're going to see there's a lot of different ways to create that authority. And you will absolutely see that in these examples. And so remember, way back to that sideways sales letter, this first video is generally about defining an opportunity or an opportunity for some type of transformation, some type of change, some type of result, whether they're going to lose weight, find the love of their life, make more money, knock some strokes off their golf score, or learn how to bake an amazing cake. There is some type of opportunity. That second one, where you really start to make that transformation real for them, show them how that transformation could be absolutely real. That second video is often the most flexible. Frankly, it's often the weakest video. Generally, you want to open really strong with a really strong video. You want to close really strong. And if you're going to have a weak one, it's going to be the middle one. That's sort of a hidden secret. Not every video is perfect or fantastic or awesome. You know, if I look at my videos, I look at my launches, I'll often say, well, that one was really great, and that one was okay. You know, we kept our head above water, and then we killed it with this one. And frankly, a lot of times it's that second video that doesn't completely crush it. I want you to crush every single one of your videos. I hope you do. I'm going to do my best to teach you how to do that. But reality is reality, and we don't all hit a home run every single time. So, and you're going to see that as we go through these videos. I'm going to point out the good and the bad. Remember, there is flexibility in here. One of these examples actually uses 4 videos. It's like, oh my gosh, 4 videos, Jeff. Does that like break the model? It doesn't break the model. I mean, 3 is the standard. That's what I teach. It's possible to do 4. There's been plenty of times where I've done 4. So there is flexibility in the model. Remember, there is an overall story arc here. There is an overall story arc. So like in Will Hamilton's launch about, you know, his Tennis Ninja launch, the overall story arc is that the idea of the pros, what makes the pros win, the top pros win, isn't their strokes. They all got great strokes. They all got great forehands, backhands, great serves. It's strategy that wins. And strategy is something you can get better at even without spending more time on the tennis court. You know, in the middle of the winter, when you can't play tennis, you can sit there in front of your computer and improve your game just by learning strategy. So that's the overall arc here. And that's and that piece, he hits it strong here, but then he walks through different portions of strategy and different ways to put it to use. And then eventually, how do you actually bring it into your game here within your matches? So you'll see how he has this overall story arc, but then he breaks it down into these different opportunities, different problems, and different solutions. So that's your overall pre-launch content, and I know you're going to love it as we go through these examples and I break it down minute by minute, second by second of exactly what's happening in these videos.